Hey, I'm Maurice Shreds, and today I am reviewing the Jackson PS2. Now this one has had loads and loads of mods, so it's a bit different. I'm not going to be reviewing it as it's sold because almost everything is different. Anyway, I've been given this by my brother-in-law, who is a huge Metallica fan, and therefore I thought it was only right to get the shred going Metallica style. After that, I'll be doing my specs, pros and cons, and review of the guitar. Check them out. So, shred done, time to look at the specifications. Basically, it is a Frankenstein guitar. Almost everything on this is from different models. I think the body wood is probably the only thing that's actually part of the original guitar. So this originally was a Jackson PS2. They actually stopped making these back in the 90s. The body wood is alder and the top piece is a textured maple. I don't really know if it's just a paint effect or if it is flamed or what, so I'm just going to say maple because I know that for sure. On there you did get a Floyd Rose, but not this one. On the original ones you had one of their cheaper end. This is one of the top end original Floyd Roses on here, so this costs probably more than the PS2 did when Matt first bought it. We've then upgraded the pickups to EMG series as well, and the tone and volume pots might be the original. That's the only other thing I can imagine is some of the electronics might have been original. But the pickups have definitely changed to EMGs, and I think I remember him saying that the middle pickup, the one that is Jackson, he doesn't even have connected. So yeah, the only thing that's original on there electronic wise isn't actually connected at all. So, moving on, the neck. Now this neck is actually from a Jackson DKMG Dinky, so the whole neck and headstock has been swapped as well. However, it's the same scale length, which is a 25.5" scale length, and it's jumbo fret 24. So it's practically the same neck. It's a maple back and a rosewood fretboard with, I think the only difference is the PS2 didn't have the shark tooth inlay, I think it just had dots. So the machine heads have also been changed over to Grosvenor machine heads. They are a type of locking tuner, but they're not what I'm used to. But obviously with that, the locking nut and the floating trem lock system, yeah, the tuning is stable as hell. With the fact we've got one of the original Floyd Roses in there, it means that that pivot point is great. On the cheaper one, it kept having a catch, so you'd bend up or down, and then it wouldn't go back exact to centre. You'd have to give it another little nudge or wobble to get it back where you wanted it. So that's why he upgraded that. Obviously he went for the active pickups, the EMGs, so needs the battery, giving a lot more chunk to that sound. I don't think there's any more specs that I need to really go over about this one. What I will say is it was discontinued in the 90s. And obviously loads of mods have been done to this. The closest model to this one right now is the DKQ2. It comes with Seymour Duncans instead of EMGs, but it's got a similar soloist shape, the Floyd Rose, the 25.5" scale length, 24 frets. So the specs are as close as you can get to this Frankenstein guitar right now. Okay, so that is our specifications. Let's look at the pros and cons. Well, pros are, you just heard it. The pros are awesome. The EMG, I believe that's one of the 81, because you get the 81, 85 normally, but we've got a single coil EMG. I'm not even sure which one it is, but I didn't use it at all. We stuck to the metal Metallica style of playing with our bridge pickup. So yeah, we've got the EMG in there, which obviously give it an amazing crunch, so I'm going to put that down as a pro. That sound is brilliant. The fact it's got the original Floyd Rose, well, as in an original, not the original for the guitar, but an original Floyd Rose, one of their top end ones. The stability on that is amazing. I've been dipping and pulling on this all day and it's not even slightly hinted at going out of tune. So if it went horribly out of tune, it's probably just because I didn't get the bend exactly where I should have had it. So yeah, other pros are pretty much everything. I love this guitar to bits. It is one of the first guitars that I got to play. One of the first electric guitars that I ever got to play, and Matt, the guy that owns it, as well as this guitar, I guess, were big influences to me learning in the first place. I think it's gorgeous. Obviously, the age of it, we've got chips and dents galore. It's about as chipped as the surface of the moon, but it still plays, and that's the important thing. Plays well, sits well, still looks great, as long as you kind of cover up the odd chip. So yeah, pros, loads and loads. So the cons are the fact you can't get it. One, they don't make the original anymore, and two, everything that's been done to this through the years has made it a complete Frankenstein guitar. I would like to say you could. However, like I said, the closest thing to it, the DKQ2, I'll make sure there's a link to that in the description so you guys can grab one if you want to. The difference will be the Seymour Duncan to the EMG. That's the biggest difference you're going to get. That sound's not going to be right. That is the pros and cons. I can't really state any other cons than you might need to keep on top of a battery because it's active. Oh, and if you want to restring and retune with the Floyd, then yeah, for some people they're definitely cons, having to restring with a Floyd and worrying about batteries. But apart from the chips and dents, I can't con it. So if you're still with us and you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. Please give the comment on anything you liked, didn't like. If there's things you think I should have done better, things that I should cover in the reviews that perhaps I don't, then leave them down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get the notifications, all of that madness. I am on Instagram where I upload pictures of all of these guitars and stuff like that. So go check that one out as well. It's Rory Shreds pretty much everywhere. And yeah, share the love. If you want to show some extra support, then I've got Guitar Ninja merch. Guitar Ninja is my teaching brand. but as I'm sure you've already started to notice, it's also in these videos constantly. So in the video, you would have seen me do the classic guitar flip that I love to do. In fact, I would say I've done it in every video, but I missed it out the last one because I'm rubbish. However, with that guitar flip, obviously only possible because of my Line 6 Relay G10. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them, but there are links in the description to grab one yourself, and if you do, I do get a small amount back as an affiliate through Amazon. So yeah, if you're interested in one of these, grab it. I've done loads of live gigs, big festivals and stages and things, and it's just amazing. The range that it's got is huge, and the receiver is actually the charging dock for the transmitter as well. So I just have to plug that into charge, which is absolutely great. Saves a lot of pain and effort. I set up with this on stage, plug it in and leave it between soundcheck and playing, and I know it'll be fully charged when I come back. So yeah, if you want to grab one of those, there's a link to that in the description as well. I love this little dude. I think he's awesome. Anyway, show the support by grabbing some merch. I also have a Patreon account if you want. All the money that goes on there goes straight back into cameras, lighting and stuff to make this better so I don't get stupid shadows like I'm getting right now. So, once again, give us the like, comment, subscribe, all that madness, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!